Midranges disc golf. A little tired. It's 9:30. Tee time today is at 10:30. When I'm tired like this, just gotta listen to my body, get some food.
Practice the champions.
Probably get some coffee, even though I normally don't do that. Make sure I got plenty of water to drink. And yeah, just make sure that I'm warm, feeling good, and focus on being smooth.
Yeah, I'm very nervous because I think normally disc golf is you versus the course. Today I'm against myself a little bit. I went to bed at 3 because I was editing the 2 videos that are going live, and that was really important to me to get done because this is becoming more of my job. Thank you guys so much for that. The calculus for me was, okay, I could either get up, have a really good practice time, warm-up time, or I could sleep for an extra hour, hour and a half, hopefully have a good first round, but it's not a lot of pressure. I mean, I got my win. I want to get my 1,000 rated round. I'm just gonna try to play my game, play smart, and see if we can take another one down, but if I cash, I'm happy. Hey, it's laundry day, so no sheets on the bed, but I want to walk through my whole round, and I was basically able to film almost every shot that I took from first round and second round of this tournament. Second round I'll probably post tomorrow, but let's get on to hole number 1 so I can show you how I shot my best tournament round ever up to this point. I think there's many more better ones to come. So here we are starting off hole 1. I was choosing between a couple EMAC truths because I really actually like this big turnover line where I throw a left to right moving shot with a mid-range because it's about 330 feet but slightly downhill.
Well. That was pretty.
Luckily I ended up having a good shot. Honestly, was kind of listening for chains because it is blind, but we walk up there and hopefully we can start our campaign on this round with a birdie. Campaign, that's not what you say. All right. Cash it on to hole 2. Hole 2 is pretty simple. You see the stump right there, you see the basket right there. It's like 260 feet. I throw my pure here and honestly just kind of get a hold of it. It's a super glidey disc, which I really like, and I parked it in my practice round, but we were all joking that it was kind of like an ace run. Left myself with about 20 feet up on that elevated basket, decided to run it, luckily didn't roll away too far and got the par. And here we are at hole number 3. Got my EMAC truth in hand again, about to do a hyzer flip line, just trying to go through those center trees. End up hitting the line kind of, but it's not quite as close to the basket as I'd want to be. But I'm pretty sure I made the putt. I should probably figure that out. Can't confirm I got the birdie on 3. Oh, I did. I made a step putt. It was about 40 feet. On the hole 4, got my river in my hand, just throwing another big turnover left to right. Ended up getting close, and I thought I was close to acing the basket, which I definitely was because I'm just past the basket. We thought it was parked.
There you go. Yeah, nice shot, dude.
But we're able to convert for the birdie. Hole 5 here is 307 feet going up this hill. I'm deciding to throw kind of a hyzer flip with a fairway driver, which is my recycled Explorer. Honestly, thought I threw a pretty good shot. Didn't feel super powerful out of my hand, and that hill definitely adds about 15 or 20 feet of distance.
Same short as you, about 20-30 feet.
But the putter's feeling pretty good. Even though I didn't have a lot of energy or time to warm up today, was still able to drain the putt. And I've only missed 1 putt so far, which was on hole 2. Hole 6 is 297 feet, but downhill and in those trees. Very tight landing zone to really park it. I threw my more stable EMAC truth, made sure to put it on hyzer because we are going downhill, and it'd probably just fight straight for a while.
Yeah, great shot.
Ended up with a really solid shot. Not quite parking it, but 10-15 feet when my putter's feeling hot. Pretty simple putt, even though that was a little bit high right. Hole 7 here is just straight up the gut, everything you see, 208 feet. It's going to get harder second round, but I just throw my pure and kind of don't put it where I want it. The pure's slightly more stable than I thought it was, and I definitely should have thrown in on a little more anhyzer, but I was able to convert on that putt. Sorry I missed filming it. And here we're at hole 8, 491 feet, par 4. Hazard, all that tall grass that you see, got to land in the fairway. I throw my more stable EMAC truth and honestly pull it about 20 feet to the right.
Come on, get it. Oh, it just died.
Missed my upshot with my Toro, but it left me here from the hazard throwing 4. Able to convert, so we saved our par, and that's the first instance of going OB and saving par. Hole number 9 here is 264 feet. I'm throwing a justice off the tee because it worked during my practice round when I was tired. Honestly, throw it pretty good.
Get the height. Yeah. There it is. Come on.
We're all joking again because it seems like I'm trying to ace these tall baskets for no reason, but didn't leave myself too much of a putt. Almost spit back out at me, but I was able to convert for the 2. Hole 10 here is 237 feet, and it was kind of a weird day. You see me with that long sleeve shirt on. I was like on and off. You'll see it during the round. When it's shadows, it's cold, but otherwise it's not. Throw my justice on a forehand line and just throw the perfect low hyzer because there is a headwind. End up absolutely parking the basket. Just a drop-in putt right here. Hole 11 is going to be up around the corner. I throw my Explorer. I thought it was way inside, but because there was a headwind, it kind of held it up. It was a little nose up, and it was a little bit short. Edge of circle. Man, I got that pocket just keeps sticking out every time I grab my mini from that back pocket. But I do love these short shorts, man. The shorter the shorts, the shorter the score. The lower the score. Lower the shorts, the lower the score. I don't know, but I made the putt. We got the 2 on the hole number 12. Here are 596 foot par 4. Honestly, the name of the game here is just throw a pretty stock 300 to 350 foot shot. So I put my more stable Explorer out there. Ended up pulling it a little bit right, but I trusted it to get back to the left, even though there was a left to right wind. So here we are. Honestly, I'd rather be a little more left, and you'll see why. Because I'm throwing my Toro here, which is my overstable approach disc right now. I am going straight at that basket, but there is hazard all on that left side, all that tall stuff. Thought I threw a pretty good shot, but I didn't leave it quite right enough, and it was a little bit higher than I'd want.
That was a bad shot. That's okay though. We can say bar.
Oh, brutal. Literally just outside of the line. Ended up making the putt, saving the par. Missed that putt as well. Sorry about that. Here we are at hole number 13, 202 feet. Super simple, just Toro overstable approach disc. Honestly thought I would have aced it if I didn't hit those trees, but another shot where just get parked.
Just checking your battery.
And then sometimes in order to see if it's on and if there's enough battery left, so you got to be a little silly. But now we're moving on to hole number 14, which should also be a very easy birdie. 245 feet just straight ahead of us between those two trees that are in the distance. End up pulling it a little bit right.
Go. Yes, we that could nestle. That probably nestle. That's pretty good.
So here, again though, we got a pretty stock putt, 20-25 feet. Putter hasn't really hit the ground today except for on hole 2, so I'm not super worried about it. And if you watch my chest right there, it's just pointed down at the ground. I did not get my shoulders back, didn't get my chest up, missed that putt, but we were able to tap in for the 3.
That's frustrating. That's very frustrating. As soon as that circle misses, one on a high basket, the other one's still.
It's all good. We got 4 holes left, so let's just get some more birdies. Have some fun. Don't let that affect me too much. I stepped into that putt, thought I was going to miss. Thought I did a good enough routine to make myself not miss, but I didn't. So I should have stepped off of it. Step off of it. Think about your routine. Go through your routine.
So that was definitely an unfortunate putt to have missed. And here we are at hole 14, 245, straight ahead with the pure. That's still in my head, honestly. That missed putt shouldn't have been. And so just really throw a poor drive on this one.
So, the example of another time I should have probably stepped off because I was thinking in my head, I would throw a mid a lot easier here. I just didn't want to juice it. And I know I can have the touch to not juice it, but I just forced myself with the pure. I was never super confident about the line in my head, but I still forced myself to throw it instead of stepping off and getting confident about my shot. So this just gives me the opportunity to make a really quick jump putt or step putt. So let's make it happen.
Here's that attempt. I'm about 60 feet away, not quite in that super comfy 45 to 50 foot jumper range, but putt's been on. Except not here. Gave it good height, just a little bit too right.
Should be happy. Having a good round. We got 3 more gettable holes left. I think I have a good score right now. I think I'm 10 down. I'm not exactly sure. I want to try to get a couple more of these because I heard 12 is 1,000 rated. So I'll have to get that round right now. Just need 2 of these last 3, but no pressure. 10 is still a good round.
Here we are at hole number 16, another par 4, 547. I thought I threw the perfect shot.
Stay short. Sit short.
Dang, that flipped way more than I thought it would.
Once again, just outside.
That stinks, but 2 feet, more hyzer. Or just throw a freaking fairway and you have 60 more feet to play with.
But I'm still bogey free. I'm stepping it out here to give myself that meter just so that I have a pretty solid run up. And this is a pretty important decision for me to make. I'm going between pure because I'm about 280 feet out. But there is also a headwind left to right. Not pure on a forehand. I was just thinking about the forehand. Don't worry. And then I have the other 2 Emac Truce in my hand. I have my less stable one in that hand. And then I put down my more stable one. I really have a lot of trust in this less stable disc. I just have a lot more confidence throwing it. It's been in my bag for a lot longer. But with that headwind, I just pull it way to the right. It does start to fade back, but
I knew that would get flippy. I gotta start trusting myself more.
and by that I mean trusting my discs. And I think that's just more practice rounds with the bag that I have now, or just throwing it in more casual rounds. Because I've been doing a lot of stuff for videos and not playing a lot of disc golf recently. But we got another 45-foot putt. Putter's back on, man. That putt felt so good, especially because that would have been my first bogey.
Loving that 50-foot range today.
And I kind of counted it as a bogey. There I am again, right before Steve was about to throw. And here's hole 17, 610-foot, par 4. Relatively routine, just throw about 350-foot shot. You are going uphill here. End up turning it over and literally almost hitting that guy who is on hole 1, but creeped into our fairway because his shot creeped into it.
Sorry. He literally landed on his marker. Like, that's his lie. I mean, he's on our fairway.
From here I'm ranging because I think I saw that it was about 305 feet, which for me is totally mid-range distance. But you see that hand motion right there? I was checking the wind because the wind's coming pretty strong down this hill, right to left. I'm silly. So I decided to grab a Thunderbird instead because with the wind like that, I want to throw probably a more bladed disc, like a fairway driver or distance driver, instead of a mid-range, because the wind will take the mids a lot more, whereas the fairway will cut through the air. So I put this out really wide to the right, which honestly ended up being a little bit more wide, and I leave myself with about a 20-foot putt. And like I said, the putter's been feeling good. This is for another birdie. I think this will put me 11 down. Just something is happening these last 5 or 6 holes. I'm not getting it. Thumbs down, just like he said. tapped out, and now we're on to hole 18, 10 down. And I have wanted so badly to have my first 1,000 rated round. That's one of my goals for these 4 tournaments. I didn't even want to win a tournament, and I won last week. That wasn't my goal. Here, my goal was to get that 1,000 rated round. And so, honestly, I'm thinking about these putts and these OB strokes as I'm throwing this hole. Honestly, almost aced it. I thought it was in. Tap out for my 11 down. But yesterday, 12 down was the score that you needed to get 1,000 rated. So I'm a little bit nervous as I sit down to talk about the round.
Glad to have gotten that last birdie. Really dry spell for the 4 holes before that, which was kind of unfortunate. Advanced. Oh, I shot 11. There were a couple 9. Hot round of the day so far. I might have just done my 1,000 rated round. But now it says 1,004. Okay, that's too close for me to really call it. There's 3 more holes. Someone can get to 12 in MPO. Let's freaking go! I think I got my 1,000 rated round.
Luckily, my round did update because it ended up being that I had the hot round by 2 strokes over the whole entire field, and it ended up being 1,007 rated. So I finally got my 1,000 rated round, which feels so good, especially because it wasn't feeling like I was playing anything out of my mind. I was just confident, my body felt good, and I just played my game and shot 1,000 rated round with a couple obvious mistakes that you saw from inside the circle, like 3 or 4 putts I missed inside the circle. So I'm super stoked that I was finally able to make that happen. Round 2 will be uploaded probably tomorrow, which you can check out right up here if it has been uploaded. It's the playlist for this whole entire tournament, because I do have my practice rounds as well, which are what led me to shooting this 1,000 rated round. So I'll see you guys over there.